punkier and now sort of he's mainstream and very, very sort of sought after musician, isn't he? And I must be a great honour to work with him.
Yeah, and he's a patron and works with a club in London called the Boysdale, which plays jazz music, and him and his band come and perform there, and he tours with his orchestra as well, which, funny enough, his daughter's in. So he works. I've supported my dad on one of his previous tours. He's worked with his daughter too, so I think it's really nice to have that family element.
Yeah, I bet it is. I bet that's great fun touring with your daughter. I know Billy Ocean tours with his daughter, and I know Joe Brown used to tour. I know Joe Brown used to tour with his daughter Sam.
And my favourite artist, Bonnie Raitt, and her dad, John Raitt, work together quite a lot.
Oh, do they? Okay. So I was going to ask you who you looked up to, because obviously the country and blues, and you sort of, there's a little bit of a nod to the 70s there, almost going back to your dad's era, isn't there?
It is, yeah. I mean, I was a fan myself growing up of Bonnie Raitt and James Taylor and Bob Dylan and things like that. So, I mean, it is interesting when you grow up in a family of music or musicians that were from the 70s. Unfortunately, I mean, you get that natural. You're sort of shown naturally the other artists that were around at the time. And I think kids of today, I think, are very much more aware, because they have the internet, of all the different artists that are available across the time spectrum. So we're kind of more open now. But when we were kids, we kind of were just given the Kylies and the Jasons, whatever was on TV at the time, you know.
Yeah. I know it is. I mean, the YouTube thing, I mean, you can find anything on there. It's just unbelievable what you can find on there.
Exactly. So people have this choice to access music, but then they can fall in love with their own artist in a niche genre, which is, I think, great, because not everybody likes the same thing, you know. So it made me feel like I should stick within what I do, which is country and blues.
Yeah.
For the people out there who enjoy that, and it's rising in the UK, which is great.
I think it is.
The Shires
the bluegrass has come back. Yeah, and I turned the Shires down to come onto the show. I couldn't believe I did that. What a clown.
I'm sure they'll come back.
I'm sure they will. They're local to us, so it's great. Anyway, let's sort of sum it up. You've got a website, and it's a great link, and you can actually download, I think, the EP and the single from the website. It's called LucyLaytonOfficial.com.
That's it.
And you also on that
the EP, and it has the charity single on there too, with still 100% of the proceeds going to Syria relief. Or if you can just get the download of the single and donate whatever you like to Syria relief.
That's great, isn't it?
We're leaving that open.
And also, you're on the lovely Twitter. I love the Twitter because it's very interactive, and it's just a nice, easy one. It's called it's at Lucy Layton, and it's Layton. So, and it's very easy to. And I'll let you introduce the song. I'm going to play the song. 45 years on. I'll let you introduce the song and let you go then.
Okay, well, this is I'd Like to Teach the World to Sing in Perfect Harmony. And if you go to LucyLaytonOfficial.com, you can get yourself a copy for Syria Relief Charity.
Thank you very much, Lucy. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you for having me. See you soon.
I'd like to build the world a home and furnish it with love. Grow apple trees and honeybees and snow white turtle doves. I'd like to build the world a home and furnish it with love. Grow apple trees and honeybees and snow white turtle doves. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony, and I'd like to hold it in my arms and keep it company. I'd like to see the world for one song, standing hand in hand,
That's Lucy Layton and her version of I'd Like to Teach the World to Sing. I love that. I think it's going to be one of those like Marmite songs. You either love it or hate it. I think that's a great song. Anyhow, before I meet my final guest, Nikki Loy, let's go through the events and what's on at the theatre in this week in the Milton Keynes and surrounding areas. Over at the Milton Keynes Theatre, we've got a cracker. I'm off there tonight to see it. It's The Full Monty, starring, would you believe, Gary Lucy. You may remember him from Footballers' Wives, and I think he was in The Bill. That's on tonight, right through till Saturday. Evening show 7:30. Wednesday and Saturday matinees 2:30. See that show, atgtickets.com/Milton Keynes. 0844 871 7652. And then over at the stables, we've got some great shows this week. We've got Martin Hayes and Dennis Cahill tomorrow night, regarded as two of the great Irish traditional music players. That's Tuesday the 4th of October. And then Stacey Kent is in town with her new album Tenderly. She's there on Thursday the 6th of October. And then Friday night, Andy Fairweather Lowe's in town, and that's there. And then also on Saturday, on the 8th of November, Viva Santana, one of the best Santana tribute bands. And then on Sunday, I happen to notice he's sold out. Sunday the 9th of October, we've got Andy Hamilton, the very funny man, and he's celebrating 60 years on the planet in a show called Change Management. And then let's have a look further afield, over at the Rhodes Arts Centre, Wednesday night. Alan Williams and the Rubettes are in Bishop Stortford over at the Rhodes Arts Centre. And then Leo Green, he's there on Saturday the 8th with his Sounds of the 50s. To get tickets for that, rhodesbishopstortford.org. And let's have a look what else is on around. Wednesday night, the Bay City Rollers are in Stevenage. That's at the Gordon Craig. 01438 363 200 if you want tickets for that. And also, if you like a bit of culture, next Sunday, the 9th of October, Swan Lake, presented by the Russian State Ballet and Opera House. And I've been told this is fabulous. Ballet is not my thing, but I've been told this is fabulous. Sunday, the 9th of October, over at the Grove Theatre in Dunstable. We've got, if you want tickets for that, www.grovetheatre.co.uk, 01582 602080. Now, if you missed any of the details of any of those events, you can go to the Sticks website, www.the-sticks.co.uk. And if you'd like me to mention your event on next week's show, all you need to do is send me an email. It's thesticks@seclosounds.org. And before I meet my final guest, Nikki Loy, let's play her song. This is called Pivotal.
What should I say now? Make this count. When you look expectantly like that, like I cast the future with the flick of my tongue, like I'd speak the words and it's done. So we could watch these stars one more time, hand in hand search them for a sign. In the hope this choice is divine, then it's not yours and it's not mine. 'Cause you feel like danger.
Okay, that was pivotal for my third and final guest today, Nikki Loy. Good morning, Nikki.
Good morning, Terry.
How you doing?
Nice to meet you. I'm very well, thank you.
Well, tell us a little bit about the pivotal song.
Oh, what, you mean in terms of, like, what it's about?
Yeah, a little bit what it's about.
It's about that moment in your life when it's a crux point. You know, it could turn any direction, and you are looking somebody in the eye and wanting them to be as honest with you as they can be about, well, in this particular instance, their feelings and their direction. It was a relationship. Because you never know what's going to happen in the future, and life could get snatched away from you, and opportunities could be open up, or they could be taken away. And I was right there in that moment, going, I need to know right now what's going on. And yeah, so I wrote that song.
So it's
seeking to get an answer. Really,
it's a very, very, very personal song. Then, can I ask about the answer?
What was the answer? Do you know what? I didn't actually get one.
Did you not?
No, I didn't.
I guess you're asking a man, were you? Us men are very good. We're like politicians. We're very good at avoiding the point.
Yeah, I might have been a man.
Oh, it might have been a man. All right. Well, I'm not going to go any further than that. We're not going to dig into that one. Let's talk about your career and how did you sort of get into singing and songwriting and things like that? Because everybody has a different path.
Well, I actually grew up in a family who took me to church a lot, so I grew up singing in choirs and in bands and doing stuff like that. But later on, I started going to open mic nights and doing stuff with the local music community, and eventually I just got into songwriting. And I have to say that right at the beginning, they were really terrible. But I wrote a lot, and I just kept doing it until some of them were half decent.
Yeah.
And I eventually got to make an album.
Yeah, because you used to busk with a friend called Lee.
Yeah, Lee Davis. Lee Davis still busks. He's still.
He does.
He's a pillar of the community.